Good afternoon, students. In this video, I am going to discuss the fourth example for nucleophilic substitution reactions. Already I have covered three examples for nucleophilic substitution reactions. In this video, I am discussing fourth example for nucleophilic substitution reaction, and the fourth example is SN1 reaction. SN1 reaction. SN1 reaction. So very most important example for both theory paper as well as CET point of view. So SN1 reaction. What is the expansion of SN1 then? What is S, what is N, and what is 1 here? So that 1 indicates it is unimolecular. 1 indicates it is unimolecular, and N means unimolecular nucleophilic. N means nucleophilic, and S means it is a substitution. Unimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction. Substitution reaction. SN1, its expansion is 1 stands for unimolecular, N stands for nucleophilic, and S stands for substitution reaction. It is an example of nucleophilic substitution reaction. Now, what are unimolecular nucleophilic substitution reactions? If they ask question, what are unimolecular nucleophilic substitution reactions? Listen here. These are the reactions. Unimolecular nucleophilic substitution reactions means these are the reactions in which the rate of reaction, speed of reaction or the velocity of reaction. I'll repeat the sentence. It's a reaction, that is the unimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction. It is a reaction in which the rate of reaction or the speed of the reaction depends on the concentration of alkyl halide. The rate of reaction depends on only the concentration of alkyl halide, but not on the concentration of nucleophile. It is independent of concentration of nucleophile. It depends only on the concentration of alkyl halide. Therefore, it is unimolecular. Why it is called as unimolecular? Because it depends on only one factor, that is the concentration of alkyl halide. It is not depends upon the concentration of nucleophile. It is independent of concentration of nucleophile. Therefore, it is called as a unimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction. I'll repeat the sentence. The reaction in which the rate of reaction, means the speed of the reaction, depends on the concentration of the alkyl halide, and it is independent of concentration of nucleophile. Hence, for SN1 reaction, that is unimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction, we can write one rate equation. And that rate equation is given by V is equal to K concentration of Rx, This square bracket indicates it's the concentration. And V means is a velocity of reaction or the rate of reaction, and K it is called as a rate constant, and Rx it is alkyl halide, and this is concentration of alkyl halide. So rate equation for SN1 reaction is V is equal to K into concentration of Rx. I hope what are unimolecular substitution reaction definition is clear. I'll repeat the statement. The reaction in which the rate of reaction is depends on the only concentration of alkyl halide, not on the concentration of nucleophile. Therefore, the rate equation for SN1 reaction can be written as V is equal to K into concentration of Rx, where V stands for rate of reaction and K stands for rate constant, and this is alkyl halide. For SN1 reaction, tertiary alkyl halides, in the beginning we have taken what are primary alkyl halide, what are secondary alkyl halide, what are tertiary alkyl halides. Here I am using tertiary alkyl halides. I think you have got the definition of tertiary alkyl halides. Tertiary alkyl halides undergo SN1 reaction. Tertiary alkyl halides undergo SN1 reaction, and later I'll tell you why tertiary alkyl halides undergo SN1 reaction as compared to primary alkyl halides and secondary alkyl halide. So for SN1 reaction, the best examples are tertiary alkyl halides undergo SN1 reaction. For specific tertiary alkyl halides, I'll take one example. Tertiary butyl bromide. I'll take one specific example. Tertiary butyl bromide undergo hydrolysis. Tertiary butyl bromide undergo hydrolysis with aqueous NaOH to form tertiary butyl alcohol. This is one example for SN1 reaction. Tertiary butyl bromide undergo hydrolysis with aqueous NaOH to form tertiary butyl alcohol. So then write the reaction. Tertiary butyl bromide. How to write tertiary butyl bromide? See here, you write carbon first, 4 single bonds. You write one CH3 here, CH3, and here is a Br. Tertiary butyl bromide. This is called as tertiary butyl bromide. What are tertiary alkyl halides? These are the alkyl halides in which the halogen atom is attached to tertiary carbon atom. Therefore, it is called as a tertiary butyl bromide. This tertiary butyl bromide undergo hydrolysis with aqueous NaOH. To form tertiary butyl alcohol. See, this C and this Br bond, the bond between C and Br, this bond will break, and this OH, this Br is a weak nucleophile. It's a halogen, it's a weak nucleophile, and here OH is a strong nucleophile. The weak nucleophile is substituted by strong nucleophile. Therefore, OH will substitute here and Br will come outside. See here. So it will become C. It is CH3, and this is OH, and this is called as tertiary butyl alcohol. OH is the alcoholic group, tertiary butyl alcohol, and remaining is NaBr. Tertiary butyl bromide undergo hydrolysis with aqueous NaOH to form tertiary butyl alcohol. This is an example of a nucleophilic substitution reaction because the existing weak nucleophile is substituted by strong nucleophile. This is what the reaction. But here this reaction takes place in 2 steps. This reaction takes place in two steps. Therefore, that is called as a mechanism of reaction. So, mechanism of SN1 reaction. So, mechanism, I'll write mechanism here. How tertiary butyl alcohol is formed. Mechanism of SN1 reaction. Mechanism involves two steps here. Mechanism, SN1 mechanism involves two steps. Step number 1. Mechanism involves two steps. Step number 1 is tertiary butyl bromide. Tertiary butyl bromide undergo slow ionization. Tertiary butyl bromide undergo slow ionization to form tertiary butyl carbocation. Tertiary butyl carbocation and gives bromide ion. This is the first step in the mechanism of SN1 reaction. Tertiary butyl bromide undergo slow ionization to form tertiary butyl carbocation and gives bromide ion. In short, we can write formation of carbocation. In short, we can write formation of carbocation. This is also right. In place of this lengthy sentence, you can write with the small sentence formation of carbocation. Both are same. So step number 1, formation of cation. Or you can write the tertiary butyl bromide undergo slow ionization to form tertiary butyl carbocation and gives bromide ions here. So tertiary butyl bromide. So you know the structure of tertiary butyl bromide now. This is CH3, 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 and this is Br. This is tertiary butyl bromide. Tertiary butyl bromide undergo slow ionization, means the bond between C and Br breaks. Ionization means separation of ions. The bond between C and Br is breaks to form, and it is reversible reaction, to form CH3, CH3, CH3. Now it will become plus sign because bond is breaks. Okay, C plus and plus Br minus, and this one is called as tertiary butyl carbocation. So first step is formation of carbocation. Tertiary butyl bromide undergoes slow ionization to form tertiary butyl carbocation and gives bromide ion. So this is your tertiary butyl carbocation. Now carbon is a electron deficient. Electron, it is deficient, and this one is electron rich it is. Now this is step number 1. Now step number 2. Step number 2 is attack of nucleophile. Attack of nucleophile on carbocation. Attack of nucleophile on carbocation. So carbocation is, this one is carbocation. You write carbocation here. This is carbocation. To this carbocation, attack of nucleophile. So you have to attack the nucleophile. From nucleophile you have to attack it. So nucleophile is OH minus. So from NaOH, OH minus is the nucleophile. So attack of nucleophile on carbocation takes place. The attack of nucleophile on carbocation takes place to form tertiary butyl alcohol. CH3, 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 and this is OH. And this compound is called as tertiary butyl alcohol. So SN1 mechanism involves two steps. Step number 1 is formation of carbocation, and step number 2 is attack of nucleophile on carbocation. So this is an example of nucleophilic substitution reaction, because the existing weak nucleophile, that is Br, is substituted by the strong nucleophile OH minus. So in the beginning I told tertiary alkyl halides undergo SN1 mechanism as compared to primary alkyl halide and secondary alkyl halide, because here in this first step you are getting a carbocation. So tertiary carbocations are more stable than secondary carbocations, and secondary carbocations are more stable than primary carbocations. Therefore the tertiary alkyl halides undergo SN1 reaction. So I'll repeat it. SN1 means 1 means unimolecular, N means nucleophilic, and S means substitution reactions. And definition is, these are the reactions in which the rate of reaction depends upon the concentration of alkyl halide but not on the concentration of nucleophile. Hence the rate equation is given by V is equal to K into Rx, where Rx is alkyl halide, K is the rate constant, and V is the velocity of reaction. So first you have to write down one general reaction. Tertiary butyl bromide undergoes tertiary butyl bromide undergo hydrolysis with aqueous NaOH to form tertiary butyl alcohol. Then you have to write down the mechanism. That mechanism involves two steps, first step and second step. Okay, thank you.